What is going on, guys? Jay Hoyt back with you today. Today I have the 8th episode of the Be a GM series. In the last video, we made a couple of lineup changes that didn't really work out too well, and I did before I started the video is I did look for a trade. Now, what I was looking for in particular was to upgrade our third line defensive spot where Gryba was and now where Bortuzzo is. So they are both defensive defensemen that were not doing anything for us. So what I did is did a little bit of pre-scouting so I didn't have to bore you guys with it, and I did find a trade I liked. So where we going is actually Winnipeg. Now you can probably already guess who it's going to be, but I think it's going to be a good trade. But Jacob Trouba, he's young, he's got a little bit of trade value to him, and he's up after this year anyway. Perfect match for Weirkoch on the third line to replace Gryba and Bortuzzo, and he obviously has the overall, and he's more offensive minded. So obviously we want to get rid of Gryba, but if you look, the salary is there, but the trade value is not. So what I have found in our system, we actually have a guy that I picked up in the offseason named Kevin Gravel, whatever his name is. He is young, he's got potential, but he does not have potential on our team. Now, this year, he's only put up 4 points. He's even on plus minus, and he puts up lots of penalty minutes. Now, the reason I got him, obviously, because he's young, he's got the potential, and he's everything that we want, but he's a defensive defenseman. Now, in this game, I told you before, and I'll tell you again, and I'll probably tell you a million more times in this series, but defensive defensemen do not work in this game unless they have really good, unless they're like top-of-the-line stats, like a Shea Weber or even a Zdeno Chara type player. So Gravel, it matches up in trade value wise. Now, obviously, this is a 2-for-1 trade, but I did find a player I kind of wanted on the other team as well. I think it's Paul Postma, and that would give it a 2v2. However, the reason we'll be getting Postma is for depth. So I also thought let's also throw in Bortuzzo, so that gets rid of our two guys that aren't working on that third line, and our young gun to Winnipeg for Trouba and Postma. Now, will it go through? Nope, it won't. Okay, so it said just a touch, so that probably means like a 5th round draft pick or so. We'll go from this year. We won't be that cheeky like we usually are, but 5th round pick will go through. So we just got Jacob Trouba on our team, so let's go make the roster moves, and let's get him in the lineup, and then we can start playing. So with Jacob Trouba on the team, I should say, we'll leave Postma for there now. I'll probably wait till after the waiver period's over and then send him down, because he is young. Not young, but he's got potential, and eventually we'll put him down in the AHL. I don't like to do that, but in this situation, I think we'll be okay because we are performing pretty well, but I'm going to make one change. I'm going to move Weirkoch up a line. Now, why I did that is because Weirkoch is performing very well. Now, 21 points in 36 games. That's not bad at all. Sakara, I don't know what he's actually doing. Kind of the same thing, but he's also playing alongside Carlson, who's getting all of the goals on the backside. But 2 back-to-back years where he performed literally the same, except for he actually improved as far as his plus-minus and penalty minutes. But this year he is a -6, and he, I believe, is on pace to either break or tie his points. So that's always good for us. So I'm going to leave that pair together, but I'm going to switch these two. Now I move Spiza down, mainly because he isn't performing as well, and with this newcomer in Trouba, I feel like he's going to be the more defensive guy in that pairing. So maybe we have a defensive pair in Spiza. So Trouba, I don't think I even showed you, but he only has 7 points this year, and he is a -7. So hopefully he can improve on our team. So we're back. Sorry about that, but I did have to deal with something real quick. But we are going to get to some simulating in this video. I did make a couple lineup changes, but they aren't really important, so I'm not going to go through them. But I did put Truba in the lineup. I think you saw that. I'm not really sure yet. But we are going to simulate 19, 15, and 2 to start the month. We start out with a loss, which is not good. But what I actually did was I actually brought up Hammond, and we started out with a couple wins here and a couple losses, so I'm not really sure. Sakara leading the way in assists, so I'm not really sure. I don't know what to do to this team right now. I really don't, because we always seem to start out pretty average and then turn it up during the middle part of the season, and then somehow make the playoffs. Now, I know it's only the second year into it, but I do think we have a pretty darn good team continuing on into the future. We started with a win after the All-Star break. We go home, away, home, and then hopefully we can win. No, we lost. So I'm not really sure. Looks like Ryan is now leading in assists. What changed that all of our guys that I didn't think were passing are now scoring, and all the guys that should be scoring are now passing? So our record does look pretty darn good right now. Going into it, I told you, Ryan is performing. He's point per game right now. Carlson right behind him. All of our forwards are doing very well. At least our top 6 are. Then after that, it looks like we're dropping off a lot. And then, Richards, I put him back in the lineup. So he's still not performing. So we might need to just trade him for something. And then Smith, I think I moved him up to the 3rd line. I think. I'm not really sure. But, I mean, with his numbers, he's doing better than Richards. So, I think if we did that, that would be great. Now, I might do something here. I might move one of either Hoffman or Heatley to the first line for MacArthur. Now, I don't know what's going on with him this year, but he is not performing the way a first liner should be playing. With Ryan definitely going point per game, he definitely should be performing a lot better. So, Truba, he's only gotten 2 points since he's been with us, but either way, I'm not sure if it actually counts. Looks like it doesn't. Or, looks like it just combines it, whatever. But kind of the way it should be going. I mean, it's kind of first line, second line, third line kind of thing right here. But penalty minutes, we are still taking a lot of penalties. But goalies, Hammond, only 1-0. He's only played 2 games, which is good. Actually, it's 1-0-1. He's only allowed 3 goals in 2 games, which is good. We will go on to, I think we'll go to one more month, because I will have to cut this video a little bit. And we'll go to the trade deadline, because that will be the last time we can actually make any trades. And then we'll see what happens. So we actually going to simulate a day before Vancouver's game, and then we will be set for the rest of the year. So then in the video after that, I'll take you up to the playoffs, and then the video after that, then we will go to the playoffs if we make it. But at this point right now, it looks like with our guys stepping up, we are looking. I didn't even check the standings. I'm going to stop it right now and check the standings real quick. Because I know I didn't check them at all in this video so far. So, Ottawa, we are sitting 3rd in the Atlantic. But, however, Florida and Boston are right behind us with 1 point separating the two. And then Toronto's actually doing good for once. And then, who's at the bottom of the league? Montreal, good, you suck. Actually, no, Colorado's at the bottom. But either way, they're doing pretty well. New Jersey, Columbus, Edmonton, Colorado. Yep, those teams probably should be at the bottom. Now, here's a question. Oh, I did already say Edmonton. Okay. So, it looks like the normal teams are at the top. It kind of looks like normal standings here. So, we are doing pretty well. So, we actually keep simulating. We're going to go up to Vancouver and see what's going to go on there. Now, Sam Reinhart, I actually got a chance to see him play in Rochester. They didn't set him down for the end of the year. I think they set him up or something with Buffalo and then set him down or whatever the case was. But he's actually a pretty darn good player. He's got silky smooth hands, and he will be a great player for Buffalo one day. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick. But we are on a 1-game win streak here, going into Boston. We end up losing after that. So I'm not really sure what to think about our team with a couple of losses right off the beginning. Hoffman. Okay, so a couple of our guys are stepping up at the end of the year, which is nice. So that also might be contributing to our team a lot. So there's been like 5 guys that have been taking over goals and assists and everything. So I'm not really sure what to think about that. But, I mean, either way, it's good. It looks like we're going to be pushing towards a playoff push. And we're going towards the end of the year and the trade deadline at the moment. One thing I never really did do is go check out Mahalik is doing for Florida. But I mean, it doesn't really matter anymore. But I'm kind of curious to see, mainly because we have Danny Heatley, and he's obviously doing great right now for us. And I didn't check to see what he was doing. But are we on? I think we're on like a 10-game win streak right now. Didn't want to say it, but I think we are. And then we go into Boston, and they're actually kind of struggling right now. So hopefully, no, we lose 4-1. So I probably jinxed it there. But can we stop simulation game, please? Okay, thank you. So now where do we sit? We still sit in third in the Atlantic, but we did put separation between us and Boston. And then it looks like Boston overcame Florida, which is good. So it looks like Montreal stepped up as well. And then I don't think the other teams kind of just stayed the same. So we could potentially get first in our division, which is good. I don't think we have we still have a chance for President's Trophy, but it looks like Rangers, they're on a streak right now. So that looks to be good for them. I didn't actually realize we lost to New Jersey there, but we were on. I don't know. Okay, so we kept going like 2 games and losing, then 2 games and losing. So I mean, either way, we started a good productive last month. Not last month, but month before the trade deadline. So let's go check what contributed to that. We'll also check the team stand. Actually, no, let's go team standings first. So we do sit in 9th in the league. We dropped a little bit in goals for, but I'm still fine with that. I mean, we're still top of the league. Goals against per game, we got a little bit better, I believe. You can always quote me on that. Power play goals, I think we were number 1 before, so I might have dropped off a little bit. We are getting the power plays we need. We are 2nd in power play percentage. I still don't like that number with the shorthanded goals against, but we are not allowing a lot of power play goals, so that's good. Our shorthanded team seems to be doing their job, sitting at 11th in the league, which is kind of surprising seeing how good we're actually doing. But 3 shorthanded goals, don't really care about that. But we're 6-4 in our last 10 games. But if you look up in the standings, I kind of want to just go to the top and see how everyone's doing as far as the last bunch of games there. So it looks like everyone's pretty much on a run except for Detroit. They seem to be struggling a little bit. Carolina and Dallas. Is there any teams that are really, really struggling besides like the bottom half of the? Ooh, Colorado 8-2. Buffalo, New Jersey 1-9. That is not good at all. So we will check player stats real quick, and then we'll end the video and see what happens going into the trade deadline, going towards the playoffs. So our team, Bobby Ryan dropped off a little bit, but I still think he's there as far as points goes. Tourist still up there. Zibanejad stepped up a lot, looks like. Smith and Richards seem to be doing the same as before, so we might need to change that back up again. And then MacArthur, I don't think I ever changed that off that first line. But Hoffman's really stepped up recently, so we might not even change anything here. Chiasson and Stone are kind of battling for that spot on the second line, somewhere around there. Condra, obviously, I think, no, he's actually back in the lineup, I think. Trua put up 12 more points since we last checked, so that's always good to see. And then Hammond's only 2-1 in the last couple games. And then, is he under a one-way contract? He is, so I can't really send him down at this point in the season. After trade deadline, we can. Quit the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment what you think of the series so far. And subscribe if you're new to my channel. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. And I'll see you later.